Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the East Delaware Knights Team Builder Dynasty here on College Football 26. Today, we wrap up the regular season of season number 3. Now, we are kind of in a gloomy post-recruitment of Theo Graves. He has chosen a school, and unfortunately, heartbreakingly, it is not the East Delaware Knights. It is LSU. He will go to Louisiana, his home state, so it makes sense. We really were the underdogs that entire recruitment. But I really did. There was points in this season, this recruitment, that I thought we had him. But LSU realized that they wanted him, and then they just got him. That's just sometimes how it goes in recruiting in college football, both in the game and in real life. When a top team wants a player, there's not much little teams can do to stop those big teams from getting those top players. Even some other top teams can't stop some other top teams, depending on who the teams are. So it was pretty much written in the stars from the moment he became a generated player that he was going to go play for LSU. But it does suck because he looked unbelievably good, and I would have had so much fun with him on campus. But that is not to be, unless he transfers out of LSU after one season, but I highly doubt that. His deal breaker does not support that. Plus, he just probably won't do that in general because he's from LSU, or he's from Louisiana. So he will probably be a 4-year player, 3-year player at LSU, and we will never see him again. So it's sad to let a player that good just not be on the team, but you can't win every recruitment. But we're taking on SMU in week 1, or in the first game of the doubleheader, week 12, I should say. All we got to do at this point to be able to play next episode in a conference championship is win the rest of these games. Win these 2 games, and we will be in the conference title game. I think it's against Louisville is the team that we would play against. So just win these last 2 games, take care of business, and we're in the ACC championship in year number 1 of being in the ACC, which would be pretty awesome. Also, if we were to win both of these games, we might have ourselves a college football playoff appearance. So we know what our path ahead is. Win, 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 and we're in. That's all we got to do. So if you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe channel, join the Juice Club. Let's get into the final 2 games of Season 3 here in East Delaware. It is week number 12. We have SMU, first game of the doubleheader. We are 8-2, 5-1 in the conference, but if you take a look at the conference standings, we can see that it is Louisville who is ahead of us. They are undefeated in the ACC this year, 9-1 overall. We are 8-2. We just beat Pittsburgh last episode, I think. So that's why we are ahead of them. We are in a good spot. All we got to do, like I said, is win out. And if we can win out, we're playing in the ACC conference title game against Louisville. It's written in the stars. It is a possibility. And as long as we win, we have a spot in the college football playoff. We are a playoff team currently, a road playoff team against Pitt, who we'd have to go and play against again. But that obviously is going to change these last 2 weeks. We'll see what happens there. But I'm hoping that we can earn ourselves a bye with the conference championship, but we'd have to beat Louisville, which is possible, but I don't know. The way we've played so far this season and our couple losses has been a little frustrating. Here is the lost recruitment of Theo Graves. I still have him on the board just to remind me of my pain and my failure. And because I just can't come to grips with taking him off the board just yet because I don't want him to. I don't want him to leave. I don't want it to be a reality because if I take him off the board, then it's a reality that he's gone. And I know it is already a reality that he's gone, but I don't want to believe it just yet. So that's why he's still on here. His deal breaker is proximity to home, so there's legitimately no chance he ever decommits or transfers from LSU. So he's just a Tiger through and through. And it really sucks because he looked unbelievable. I mean, these ratings are just the best ratings from a true freshman quarterback I have ever seen in College World 26. And the fact that we are losing him is tough. So he's gone. Tavon Elkins has been gone for a while. He chose Georgia a few episodes ago. His deal breaker is brand exposure. So there is a world where he's not a Georgia Bulldog his entire career. I have him on the board because I wasn't sure how Georgia's season was going to go. I guess there's a world where their brand exposure drops and he decommits, but they'd have to drop it before early national signing day, and I don't know that's going to happen. How's he looks really good, by the way. How is Georgia doing? If we go down here to Georgia, they've got B championship contender. They've got brand exposure. Right now, it says it's an A plus, even though it told me that it's a B plus is what they have, or at least that might be mine actually. That might be my brand exposure. Georgia's brand exposure is an A plus. He's not leaving, I don't think. That's sad. He's going to stay a Georgia Bulldog, but I have him on the board as well just because I'm still sad that we lost him. We do have two commitments, though. Spencer Casey and Thomas Hyman, an edge rusher and a corner, both 4 stars. They look promising. They're nothing special. They're good 4 stars, but I'm happy that they're here. And then we are still locked in a battle with the #1 player in the entire class, Forrest Tatum. We kind of messed up his recruiting visit in week 11. If we would have played better and not almost lost to Temple, we would have gotten the commitment of Forrest Tatum. But because we struggled in his recruiting visit against Temple, 48-51, as you can see, we won a slugfest against a bad Temple team. I'm still upset about that game. But because that game wasn't so good and that visit was bad, he is still undecided. But I think winning these last 2 games should have him sign on the dotted line, or I guess not sign, not yet, verbally commit, I should say, to coming here. He should. And that'll be our 1 5-star. The rest of the 5 stars that we have an opportunity for are going to be very, very hard to get. Shamir Castile is pretty much done. We're going to lose him because we are already second, and he's on campus this week on Tennessee's campus, so he's visiting them. He's going to go commit to Tennessee after this week. I would be 99% sure he's going to do that. Lyle Ash, he's on campus with us against SMU. So there's a world where we can jump Notre Dame since they don't have a visit scheduled, and then we win that recruitment. It's possible. I don't know how good the odds are, but it's possible. And then Roderick Hicks is on campus the final game of the season. Iowa still doesn't have a visit because I think we took their final visit. We probably scheduled week 13, which is probably going to be their chance to get a visit. But there's a world where Roderick Hicks, we pass Iowa. What if the best case scenario for Roderick Hicks is if we pass Iowa after this week and then he's on campus when we're already #1 on his board in week 13, and then he commits after week 13. That's the best case scenario for Roderick Hicks. He's the #7 player in the country. Ash is the #10. Castile is the #12. We're in good position for some extra 4 stars. We're trying our very best to get in on Tommy Dragos, but I don't think it's going to happen. He's on campus week 13 against Miami. He is on campus for us week 12, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. He's just probably going to go to Miami. We have the punter. Nobody else is even going after him. Larry Stumpf is on campus week 13, but he might just outright commit to Louisville before that. There's a possibility of that. We're still in good position for a lot of different players. But the ones that we cared about the most, we're not going to get. And that is devastating to think about. So let's get into the game. We've got SMU on the table. They're not that good. We are clearly the better team. We need to play like the better team. We cannot have a game like we had against Temple. We cannot afford a shootout against SMU. We need to just come in, control the game, and blow them out. Here we go, taking on SMU. They're only 6-4. We cannot afford this game to be close. We cannot afford for this game to be anywhere near a close game. Not just for the recruiting visits, but just for our confidence as a team. We need to prove that we are capable of competing with the top teams in the country, and the top teams in the country don't have close games against teams like SMU. So we got to go out there and prove that we are one of those top teams, and we need to cruise to a victory, a convincing victory. Win this game by 2 or 3 touchdowns is my goal. Hopefully more than that, but 2 or 3 touchdowns is the base goal that we need to hit. And we have a good enough team to do that. We just did not play well. Even though we did come away with the win, we should not have had a 51-48 game against Temple. They're not that good. And we played horrible in that game. We just, for some reason, could not, on defense, stop their quarterback whatsoever. He was doing whatever he wanted against our secondary. And that is not something that I am particularly excited about when it comes to playing good teams in the college football playoff. Because if a Temple quarterback is doing that, that's going to be incomplete. Timeout called by SMU already. Must have been an injury or something. I'm not sure what happened. Because they still have all three of their timeouts, so I have no idea what just happened. It had to have been an injury. That's the only thing I can think of. And they just didn't show me the injury thing. Keelan Rounds just made that play. Keelan Rounds. Oh, it was Cole Welliver. So why did it show timeout for SMU? That was weird. I don't know. It showed the blue timeout thing thinking that SMU had something happen, but it was actually Cole Welliver who picked up the injury. Okay, it's only bruised ribs. He's going to be back pretty soon, and he doesn't have to play all the time anyway because Garnett subs in a lot. So, and I think I vibe a little bit more with Kenny Garnett. His skill set just works better for me in my play style because his skill set is he's very fast, and I like to roll around. If I start to panic in the pocket, I know that I have a little bit of a safety net by having the ability to run around. And with Cole Welliver, he's basically a statue back there. He cannot really move whatsoever. He's got a good arm, but he cannot really move. So having Garnett as an option is definitely a very nice one. His arm is not that good, though, but he does get it into Rashad English, who's had a very good season. Rashad English, as one of the SMU players, gets injured on the play. Rashad English has had a very quiet year. I feel like I don't say his name all that often, but he has had a very, very productive season here in East Delaware Season 3, and that's a touchdown. Javon Lakes, talk about a very quiet season. Javon Lakes has come on the second half of the year, filling in for a few guys at the running back position that are starting to get worn down from a hard season. He's come in and been very good, and he gets another touchdown right there as well. I think he's a senior this year, or he's a junior redshirt. I don't remember. I know he doesn't have much eligibility left. I can't remember exactly if he's a senior or not. As Florida went down again. Florida beat us the very first game of the season in the Aflac kickoff game, and then they really haven't done much else after that. They haven't had that good of a year. So our loss is starting to look a little bit worse, losing to Florida like that. But here comes the SMU offense. We need to have a big game from our main man, Jackson Howard. If he can have a big game, our defense will be cooking. I think that's what one of the problems is with how our defense has played this year. We have become accustomed to Jackson Howard wrecking games because he's been so awesome this year, almost unhuman with his sack production, and he's almost got one right there, but I missed it, unfortunately, because I suck. I'm not quite sure how I missed that. I thought I dove right on time, but I guess I was early. But we've kind of relied and just assumed that Jackson Howard was going to wreck a game by getting like 5 sacks in it. And he just hasn't been able to do that consistently enough. As you don't, you just can't do that consistently. That's not a thing. So our defense has kind of become reliant on Jackson Howard messing up drives and stuff that our secondaries sucked. And our linebackers have not been in great coverage, except for Owen Chambliss. He's been pretty good this year, also a transfer. Quarterback's going to scramble. He's got nothing in front of him. That's a late hit. Chambliss is probably getting flagged on that in real life. Another thing we struggle with, running quarterbacks. We do struggle with that, although all of my defenses struggle with running quarterbacks. Hand out to the running back. He bounced off the tackle, gets the first down, and I've lost connection to the EA servers. I'll be back. All right, I've gotten it back to a 7-0 game in SMU's first drive. That hasn't happened to me for a while on East Delaware Dynasty, where the servers cut out on me. I'm kind of shocked that it happened. It used to happen all the time in Golden Bronco Dynasty on College Bowl 25, but I thought the 26 servers were a little bit stronger, and they didn't cut out as much because it hadn't happened very often. But it did right there, and luckily it didn't happen too late into the game. We can kind of just reset, and nothing really changed, especially because I got the touchdown, and I still got it with Javon Lakes. The only thing that changed was I didn't throw the pass to Keelan Rounds like I did in the first version of this game, so he doesn't have any catches just yet. But Javon Lakes does have the touchdown. It was a lot of big runs. and stuff. So most of it is the same. And it's SMU's first drive still, so that's good. But it's just kind of annoying that the servers cut out on me because, like I keep saying every time that happens, it's not on my end. It's not my problem. Like my PlayStation doesn't just lose connection because it doesn't happen on any other game. I don't ever lose connection when I play online games anywhere else except for EA Sports, college football, or Madden. It happens on Madden sometimes. It's just the EA servers. It's just what they do. Thankfully, I don't play online on Madden there that at all. Except for when I do well, I guess I don't think I have any online saves on Madden this year. So last year I did. So it happened a little bit on last year's Madden. It's just what happens with EA servers, man. They're not good. They're trash. They suck. They're not very strong servers. So sometimes it'll cut out. And like I said, thankfully it didn't happen too late into the game where we had too much stuff happen. Like if we would have went into the fourth quarter with a big game and we had scored a lot of touchdowns and we had a lot of stats accumulated and stuff, and then it would have cut out, I would have been very upset. But happened in the first quarter after one drive is not the end of the world. It's annoying. It's not the end of the world. And speaking of one drive, SMU's first drive is going pretty well. They are getting annoying runs on big-time crucial downs, and they are denying us turnovers here. They get a wide-open receiver who gets carried for a first down. Trip Riordan. Riordan? These names, man. Why can't anybody be named Bob Smith? That's what I want everybody's name to be. Get to the quarterback. Sack the quarterback. We're not going to. He's going to scramble and slide down. Matt Zollers, quarterback for SMU this year. I saw his sophomore numbers. He's got like 3,300 yards. He's got 24 touchdowns. He's a pretty good quarterback. But he's not good enough to beat us, that's for sure. He may be good. He ain't that good. Big third down. We need to force a field goal attempt. It's not going to happen. He's going to get the first down, and he's going to get a little bit more. They went with the wide receiver screen on third down. Not something I would have predicted, obviously, because I was not covering it. And it's a big play. Spin out of it. Oh, it's a quarterback keeper. I banked heavily it was going to be a handoff to the running back because I blew him up. But it was not a running back handoff. It was a quarterback keeper, which seems to be what he does. All of the read options that they've had so far, he's kept, I'm pretty sure. And this time he gives it to the running back, touchdown SMU. They're going to keep this a game. And I said in the intro, I cannot have a close game against SMU. So we need to figure out something on defense to be able to stop SMU's offense because they went 90 yards. We can't have a team go 90 yards on us and score a touchdown. And yes, SMU is in blue uniforms this time instead of white uniforms. When I loaded up the game, I didn't change their uniforms. I just changed ours back to the shadow uniforms. And I didn't change their uniforms the first time and they were white, so I just assumed they'd be white again. They're blue this time. It doesn't matter, but I just thought that was weird that I loaded up 2 times and both times they're different uniforms. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Big play to Javon Lakes out of the backfield. We'll go QB blast here. This is a signature in our offense. And I think teams are starting to figure that out. They're starting to figure out that we like to run QB blast or QB run with Kenny Garnett. So they tend to not allow it to be as big of a play. Like when we first broke that out in like season 1 or season 2 last year, it was pretty much 30 yards every single time. But I think teams here in season 3 are starting to figure out that Kenny Garnett's good at running the football and they're stopping it, which is not necessarily a good thing for us. I'd prefer them to not figure out that he's good at running the football. I need to stop switching that play to the other side because it never really works. There's always a little bit of a bump, and it's annoying. 2nd and 11, get that ball out. Throw me some blocking. Got a couple of yards. That really did not go as well as I was hoping. 3rd down and 8 is a awkward spot to be in. Bryce Kane is running one-on-one in press, but I don't like that throw. I like this throw a little bit better. Rashad English fights forward, gets the 4th down and 2. We're going to go for it because we can't punt the football to SMU. That just can't happen. So We have to go for this. And it's going to be English again. Rashad English, same play, same result. Even better result this time as he goes down to the 12. He's our gadget player for a reason. Rashad English down the field does a beautiful job. And Welliver delivered two really good balls there. And look at the Dragon Warrior, Cameron Poe, 3 carries, 77 yards. We're going to run some hurry up, try to catch him off guard. Snap it, hand off, Cameron Poe, breaks the tackle, Cameron Poe down at the 1. How are you at the 1 yard line for what it felt like 7 seconds and you didn't get in? I don't know how that's possible. But he didn't get in. This time he will not get in. He is being very annoying not getting in here. Just get in, Cameron. Thank you. 3rd time's the charm. Cameron Poe will score. We take our lead back. He's having a big day. He is having a big day. 80 yards, a touchdown in the first half. He's killing it. He is killing it. And we have our lead back. We need to play a lot better on defense. We cannot have the quarterback for SMU, what's his name, Zollers or something? We cannot have him read optioning us down the field for 90 yards. That just can't be what happens. So we got to figure something out here. We got to adjust somehow. I don't know if that's a Jackson Howard sack that ruins the drive or something, but I mean, look at these routes. Nobody's covering anybody. If we're in a zone, why don't you cover the zone? I know. Shocker. That's a groundbreaking statement. Nobody's ever thought about that. Jarek Francis had the sack, but he just ran away from him. We've gotten to the quarterback like 3 different times with like very, very minimal effort, and he just finds a way to avoid. I don't know how, and I can't pick a play. There we go. I was pressing like all the buttons, it wouldn't let me pick a play there. That was weird. I'd really love an interception, a fumble, something. He's wide open. What are we doing? We bid on the run, I guess, and it wasn't a run, clearly. Why can I not pick square? There we go. My place, or no, I don't know if it was my controller or what, but the plays are not clicking immediately. And Jackson Howard's being neutralized. He's being double teamed, really. Good tackle. 2nd and 1. Come on, Jackson, man. You had such a wonderful, unbelievable start to the year. Was it a hoax? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Touchdown SMU. They tie it back up. Is Jackson Howard not as good as we thought? Did he have just a superhuman first half, and now he's come down to earth? It looks like that's what happened, because he has not been very good the past 6 weeks. After an unbelievable start, an unthinkable start to the year. I mean, nobody would have ever predicted he would have so many sacks there this early into the season. But he's only had like 1 sack the past couple games. It's been kind of frustrating because he's been so good before. I just kind of assumed he'd still be good. We're gonna hit Keelan Rounds. He's gonna put his back to the defender so he doesn't take as big of a shot. Pittsburgh does win their game, so that puts a little bit of pressure on us to keep winning because Pitt is right behind us in the conference. If we slip up and lose, Pitt is pretty much guaranteed themselves a spot. That's a crazy bad ball from Kenny Garnett. I thought he floated that in perfectly, but he didn't. It looked like he was about to. We are seeing a lot from Kenny Garnett. Usually we see a good mix, but I just take a sack right there. That's brutal. That's pretty brutal. I was trying to scramble with Garnett, and I ran into my own guy and then ate a sack there, and I can't go for it on 4th and 11 from this close because if I don't get it, it's going to be bad news as I should have drawn a penalty right there for hitting the punter, or the punt returner. Well, that's not good. We were supposed to score on that drive to keep the momentum rolling. And now SMU has it. Kirks almost has the quarterback. He stays in bounds. Nobody's on him. He runs out of bounds. Dominic Kirk's injured on the play. He doesn't look injured. He looks maybe injured in the head. I am coming so close to sacking the quarterback, and he's just getting it away. Barely. Wide open. We are so bad in coverage. I don't think I've seen a guy on our team within 5 yards of any of their receivers today. It has been wide open every single pass. I didn't realize we had such bad coverage. And he's going to have enough room. He's going to take it to the 4. Timeout SMU. Jeremiah Wolf with the tackle. Kirks has a strained forearm. He'll be back. Come on. Do not let them score here, man. I can't be down to SMU at the half, bro. Juke move. He's into the end zone. Touchdown SMU. They take the lead. Wow. We are horrible. We are a horrible team this year. We are not good. I know that our record is 8-2, and we are 9th in the country. We are not that good. It's a fake. It's probably, we are the worst 8-2 team I have ever seen. Wow. I mean, we are just awful. I'd expect this kind of bad play from a team in year 1, but in year 3 to be this bad is a little concerning. I mean, we are just awful. We cannot cover to save our lives. We cannot cover to save our lives. We have nobody within 5 yards of any of their receivers at any time. Rashad English gets out of bounds, 16-yard line. If they want to keep playing back, I can just keep hitting Rashad English every single time. That's English. I'll call my first time out there. 10 seconds remain in the half. We've gotten into a good spot here. They're playing 3-man deep, trying to avoid a touchdown here. I'm just trying to get points. If it happens to be a touchdown, I'll take it. If it happens to be a field goal, that also is something I guess I'll have to take. 7 seconds remain. That's going to be Butler Tanner. He's going to get called for inches, and I'm going to have to call timeout. I was really hoping that wasn't going to be inches, but it does give us a 38-yard field goal attempt. Although it's sharp angle, I don't like these, even at home. Please drill it. Please drill it. Thank God. I was really worried I was going to miss that. So we end the half 21-17. We got points out of it. I guess that's okay. I'm not super excited. I'm not super thrilled with the way our defense is played, if you could not tell. So let's figure out what happens in this drive, or in this half here. This quarterback's been so annoying to play against. As most quarterbacks are annoying. Handoff keeper. Somebody get there, for the love of God. He's not the Hulk. Bring him down. Their best receiver, catching-wise, Trip Ray Orden, gets hurt on that play. Which is good. I hope he's dead. Handoff to the running back. We can't even blow that up. God, we are just terrible. We are just terrible. I don't want to make the playoffs this year because we're going to be one and done just like last year. I'd rather save ourselves from embarrassment on the national stage. Quarterback keeper. How do I adjust to this? How do I adjust to quarterback keep? Is there a way that I can do that? Option key. Focus on quarterback. There we go. I guess if I do that, hopefully that'll work. 3rd and 5, although they go read option, hand it to the running back the very next play, because of course they do. Come on, Howard. Jackson Howard's going to get the sack. Oh, thank you, Jackson. Thank you. I know I've been dogging you this game, but I definitely needed that. We forced the punt of SMU, and they will give it back to us with a good amount of time on the 3rd quarter clock. We can control this drive, control the half, and hopefully win this game. There's a world where we waste this entire 3rd quarter before we score. Is that the world that we live in? I don't know. We'll have to find out, but there's a world where that happens. Cameron Poe just spun off of 2 different tackles. That rarely ever happens. Javon Lakes comes in. He's got one of the touchdowns today. And he will get the handoff. He'll have a lot of room. Javon Lakes, good carry. Respect. Respect for Javon Lakes. Bryce Cain's one-on-one. I am enticed by that, but I'm going to stick to the plan, stick to the run game. Not great blocking on the outside there. Let's go read option. Hopefully it's not Welliver. It is Welliver. Okay, so this is a guaranteed handoff to Lakes. And he will get shut down for a gain of 1. I really thought that I had that. I didn't really even see him there. I thought that there was more room. That's okay. Let's hit English. He turns up the field, got the first down. Look at Rashad English go. He's got enough speed to get by everybody. Isaiah Morrow Jr. injured again. Dear Lord, this guy is made of plastic. Or I guess he's made of paper, not plastic. He's fragile, is what I'm saying. He gets injured every single episode. Good Lord, this guy. Thank God he's a junior. Please leave. I don't want to deal with you anymore. Think about if a coach said that to a player. Good Lord, please leave. I can't deal with you anymore. That'd be crazy. Cameron Poe, the Dragon Warrior, has been injured. Not good. So Javon Lakes will take his spot, and he will have a good gain, but it's coming back. It's a holding call. That better not be Keelan Rounds. Keelan doesn't get called for it. It's not a holding call. It's a block in the back, so that is Keelan Rounds. Block in the back on a Javon Lakes. Pretty good run. Takes us back to 1st and 12 from the 17. All right. I'm going to bring that. Javon, I actually got covered pretty well. I thought that that was going to be a lot more open. Maybe I threw it a touch early. It'd probably be the thing of concern that I have there. I think I threw it too early. Probably should have waited on that. Look at Tyson Collins, the big meatball. Tyson Collins, big catch. He doesn't get a lot of usage anymore. He's been kind of buried on the depth chart by a lot of different people. Even turned into a fullback. But he's good. He's fine, I should say. We end the third quarter. I told you that there's a world where we end that entire quarter with this drive, and it worked. Now, the one question is, can we score this touchdown, or can we get this first down? Because we are 4th and 1 from the 5. If we don't get this, SMU has the football back, and we got it. Okay, first down. Good job. I was a little bit scared that we weren't going to get that. Just a skosh. Just a skosh scared that we weren't going to get that. Javon, end zone, touchdown, we take the lead. Javon Lakes has had a huge day, and certainly from the goal line, he's been critical. We take our 3-point lead. Isaiah Morrow Jr. injured again. Just get off my field, dog. I don't even care where you go. Just don't get back on the field. I'm tired of you. If I had to choose where you went, I would send you to the sun. But I can't do that. So I guess just the bench. Big defensive drive, though. We've proven we can stop SMU's offense. We forced that punt. And, of course, now the moment I switched my defense to only target the quarterback and QB option or read option, they only handed it to the running back. It's like they knew that I did that. Oh, that's not good. Good tackle. Jeremiah Wolf is such a big dude. You're not going to be able to break his tackle very often. And this would be a perfect time for another Jackson Howard sack if he could do it. He's not going to. Somebody get to the quarterback. Get to the quarterback. He spins around 2 different guys. What do I have to do to switch on? How do I use the switch stick to my advantage? Because I kept pressing the button. It wouldn't turn me into anybody close to the play. So I don't know how to do it. But it didn't work on that one. Because if I could have been able to turn into the guy there, I might have been able to make a play. Although knowing me, I probably would have completely missed him because I'm trash. I probably would have dove right around him. But still, I would at least like to have an opportunity. Jackson Howard with a sack. That's number 2 for him. Okay, maybe Jackson Howard's starting to get heating up. Maybe he heard my comments and he's angry. He took it personally. Oh, Jackson. Oh, Jackson. Oh, Jackson. Forces the incomplete pass. Jackson Howard might start to come on when we need him the most. SMU will punt. And if we do things correctly, this will be the last time SMU touches the football. If things go the way that I want them to. Although that's a really good return. I wasn't expecting such a good return from Cameron Poe. Injury on the play. Can't tell who that is, though. It was a single-digit number, so it's some sort of safety or corner. But I couldn't tell exactly who it was. Handoff, Lakes. Oh, never mind. This might not be the final drive of the game because we are getting chunk yardage. It was Jaquan Odoms. That's who it was. It wasn't a single-digit number. I could have sworn that was a single-digit number. I guess I was wrong, obviously. But it looks like we're not going to have the final drive of the game because we are getting chunk yardage. I mean, look at these plays. We're getting like 5, 6. Isaiah, I'm done. You know what, Isaiah? I'm tired. I'm just tired. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of everything. You're done. You're simply done. I don't care if that affects our defense or our blocking. You're done for the game. You've been injured like 4 different times. Figure it out. Figure it the F out, Isaiah. Javon Lake's in the game again. I could really use a big play, and he's going to get a big play with a big block. Javon Lake's big first down, and I would assume SMU is going to start to feel the pressure and start calling these timeouts. Handoff to Poe. He'll get brought down from behind, and here come the timeouts. Get that stupid Mustang off my screen, dog. 105 yards for Cameron Poe. Him and Javon Lakes have had huge days today. It's been a run-heavy game, as you would expect. That's kind of our offense at this point. Ja'Kai Lang injured on the play for SMU. And that'll work as a free timeout for them. They didn't have to use one because they're not under 2 minutes. Handoff, Poe, end zone, not in. Timeout, SMU. I didn't realize we'd be at the 1-yard line with 2:25 to go in the game. I was kind of hoping this would be the last drive, but we've had such a good offensive drive that Cameron Poe's going to score. Hopefully that's not going to end up being a bad thing, but we're into the end zone. Touchdown, Delaware. We lead by 10. 31-21 here at home against SMU. We do have recruits in attendance, including 1 5-star. Is this the game that the 5-star's in on campus? I can't remember. I think it is. Oh, that should have been a big hit. I hate hit sticks in this effing game, dog. They don't do anything. They're basically useless. All right, one final drive. One final drive, and then it definitely will be the last time SMU touches the football. So let's get it going. All we need is one big play from our man, Jackson Howard, and we'll be gold. It's really that simple. Oh, he's really starting to get hot. Did they catch that? It's 3rd and 6. He obviously didn't. But I feel like that went in his hands. 3rd and 6. Final play before the 2-minute. Let's get there. Get to the quarterback. Get to the quarterback. Somebody. He's wide open. Where's the coverage? Am I in zone? That has to be a zone that we have to cover. So, obviously, we were not in the right call. We were in a cover 4 drop field, and nobody was covering that spot. Okay. 1st and 10. 2-minute warnings passed. They've got 1 timeout, and they need 10 points. Thankfully, they can't beat us on this play, or on this drive. If they score, they got to go onside. Hopefully, they get it. Hopefully, they get it. Hopefully, we get it. And then that'll be the end of the game. Decent rush, but he holds on to the football after the broken tackle. And they keep getting these first downs, and it's ruining the time of the play clock here. Or the game clock. It's not going down as quickly. Cormier can almost get to the quarterback. He's going to throw that out of bounds. Incomplete. I was kind of hoping he'd lob that in and I intercept it, but he didn't lob it in. He chose to overthrow. 60. Clemson's playing FCS with 2 games to go in the season. What are we talking about, Clemson? I thought that only SEC scheduled games like that. Another first down. I don't like this. It feels like SMU's going to score here. It's really starting to scare me. They're moving the football. We cannot stop them. We can only hope to kind of contain them. Jackson Howard racing after the quarterback. He's going to catch him, but not for a sack. The quarterback is going to get away with 5. Jackson almost got him. He had to go around the entire offensive line to do it. Oh, that's an end zone play. Out of bounds at the 4, or the 3, I mean. Yep, SMU is going to score. That is obvious. So we have to try to stop this We have to stop the onside. SMU went down the field so confidently and scored a very scary, easy touchdown. They will make it a 4-point game. A 3-point game, I mean. Sorry. And I got to call timeout there because I pressed the wrong button. That could have been bad. There we go. Now we're in onside. It's in. It is caught by Kirby Voorhees. Nope, it's Jack Cornelius. Thought it was Kirby Voorhees. And that should be the game. They have one timeout, so they might call it here. Nope, they just let it go. All right, we survive a game against SMU. I don't like how these games have gone the past couple games. We have struggled against Temple, but won. We've struggled against SMU, but won. So at least we're winning the games, but I don't like this team right now. We are not playing good enough football to win any sort of important game. I have a bad feeling we're going to get crushed by any team with a high-powered offense. So, we've already shown it. We can't beat Miami. We couldn't beat Florida. So, two of the toughest teams we played this year, we couldn't beat. Forrest Tatum has committed. The number one player in the entire class out of Bradenton, Florida, has committed to the school. We also get the commitment of Vince Murphy, 4-star center, which we do need because our starting center, who also is injured, is a senior. So that'll help the depth purposes. So that's a big recruitment, a big commitment. We did jump into number 1 on Lyle Ash. That's what I was wondering about. We could not pass Iowa, so Roderick Hicks is probably gone. Larry Stumpf is a tough one. Alani Coleman, we're looking good on. We get locked out of a bunch of different people. Shamir Castile chose Tennessee. That was pretty much a guarantee. I would have bet my entire life that he was going to commit to Tennessee there. But we do earn the commitment of Forrest Tatum. That's a huge one. I'm going to take Devon Elkins off the board. I'll keep Theo Graves on there, but I'll take Devon Elkins off. Shamir Castile chose Tennessee. Murphy chooses us, which is nice. Thank you, Murphy, for choosing us. 4 commitments in the class. 1 5-star, 3 4-stars. I'll take it. Roderick Hicks is on campus week 13, which is this week against Cal. And then we did jump ahead of Notre Dame, but we forced a recruiting battle because of that. So this one might go down to the last week of offseason recruiting. That's usually how recruiting battles go, at least for me. We are very close on Max Shea. We did jump to number 2 on Tommy Dragos, but he is on campus this week to Miami, so that is a loss. We didn't even have that good of a visit either. That is a loss to Miami there. We're going to get the punter. We lose, or we're battling for Larry Stumpf. He's on campus this week against Cal. We have the best motivation you could have, or the best recruiting visit we could have, and the best hard sell. So there's really nothing else I can do about him. We just kind of have to hope that we pass Louisville. Coleman, we're looking good on. Teron Cross, we probably need to switch to a hard sell. We have a really good hard sell for him, so let's do that. Let's switch to the hard sell. It should be Standard Bearer. It's the same one that Stumpf has, so that should be pretty good. We'll take Faneca off the board because he locked us out. Udu Kongbo we got into the race for. He was kind of my replacement for Theo Graves. He's not that good. He's got not great throw power. His speed is fine. I kind of only went in on him because I just needed to bring another quarterback to the team. We'll see what happens with him. We are looking good on the 3-star D tackle. I'll put a few hours on him just to keep the recruiting up. 4-star athletic thumper, Kevin Magnifico. That is an insane name. I didn't realize he had such a good name. I got to go after him. I got to go after him a little harder. I didn't realize his name was Kevin Magnifico. Think about the jokes. The jokes that could be made. We lose out on Trevor Heaney, Derwin Sly, and Dion Nunn. All say no to us. Mac Nasiruddin? Mac Nasiruddin is the name. And he is going to hopefully commit. He's another 5-star. Terrence Hawley is a wide receiver. Gritty possession. How good are you? Ew. 81 speed does not really play for me. 86 speed I can get down with. It's not amazing, but it is a little bit better than it is a little bit better than 80, whatever he had. So I might just take him off the board because he does not really fit what I'm trying to do here. So Terrence Hawley gone off the board, but we are still going after some different people. We've got some extra 4-stars, another 5-star potentially. We're really far behind, but another 5-star. This recruiting class can still end up being really good, especially if we're able to get Lyle Ash or Roderick Hicks, or maybe even both of them, but I doubt that we get both of them. We're going to lose Tommy Dragos to Miami. That's pretty much guaranteed, but we've got one more game to go in the season. It's against Cal. It's another home game, obviously, because we have recruits on campus. Let's go win this game, and for the love of God, please win it confidently. We take on California at home. We got recruits on campus again. This just has to be a big victory. I need my defense to finally step up and play well. And I hope that they do that. We'll figure out what happens. We got a good team. At least I think we do. Sometimes they show me otherwise, but we have, in theory, a good team. We need to go out there and dominate. It's against a really bad, down-on-the-luck Cal team. Not having a good year. They're not even going to be bowl eligible. Because even if they were to win this game, which would be devastating for us, they'd only have 5 wins. So they are not playing for anything except for playing spoiler for our potential conference championship / playoff hopes. Ohio State wins the game. Yes. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That is what I'm talking about. They beat those cheaters. It's about time. 2nd and 6. I'm going to go underneath the Bryce Kane. He's wide open. Juke move. Didn't really work that well, but it gets him some yards. I'm just glad we got Forrest Tatum to commit to the school. Louisville did win their game, so they will stay undefeated in ACC play, although they played Kentucky. So Kentucky's SEC. It was their rivalry game, I assume. So they played their final conference game last week, and I'm assuming they won it. So Louisville has clinched a conference championship spot, and with this win, we will have clinched a spot too if we are able to win it. We got to see what Pitt does as well, because if we lose and Pitt wins, then we get bumped, I think, for Pitt, even though we did beat them. As Keelan Round gets a big play. Texas beat Navy. Texas playing Navy final game of the season. Come on, man. I know Navy's got the Army-Navy game, but their final game is Texas' final game. And Pitt did win. They beat SMU, and they beat them a little bit more confidently than we did. So we have to win this game. If we want to play in the ACC championship for the first time in our first year of being in the conference, we've got to win this game. And look at the speed of Kenyon Garnett. He's going to get in the end zone. Touchdown, Delaware Knights. It's Kenyon Garnett. He's going to go down as one of the greatest Delaware Knights players in team history. It's going to be him, Keelan Rounds, Shelton Lighton, and probably, I mean, the one season of Jackson Howard, is that good enough to get him in the all-time categories? I mean, it's good enough to get him in the record books. But when we look back on this dynasty, are we going to think of Jackson Howard as a one-of-one type of player like the other guys that I just mentioned? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Are we going to think of him like the 1 year of Amani Tolles back in Gold Bronco Dynasty? It'll be very interesting to figure that out as we go on here in East Delaware. But that's not a good start to the game on defense. Come on, defense. We can't be this bad. Sessi Valahi. Or Valahi? I don't know, man. These names are out of control, dude. Just give me some simple white American names, and I will pronounce them very easily. I'm not smart. I can't handle these exotic names. I barely graduated high school. I had a lot of help from a little machine called Google. It was not on my own, that's for sure. We just need to play better on defense because I cannot really afford another heartbreaking loss this season. But we are just, I mean, look at the lane. He had like 30 yards of space in that opening that the offensive line just created there. It's out of control. This defense sucks. This defense is trash. All right, did I just see that Louisville lost one of their conference games? They might have lost week 12. It still guarantees them a spot, but still, I mean, that's kind of crazy they lost a game. I wasn't expecting them to lose a conference game. And Cal will tie the game at 7. Can we please just have a game where I just blow a team out? My God, is that too much to ask for? Do I always have to be in a knockout, drag-out? Knockdown, drag-out? Oh, my God. Jeremiah Wolf's got nobody around him. It was a blocked extra point. Jeremiah Wolf is going to put us up by 2. Well, 3, because we're going to get the 2-point. Jeremiah Wolf, the true freshman, takes back the blocked extra point, and we have a 9-6 lead. Whatever, man. Cool, I guess. But can I not just have a game where my defense doesn't make me want to cry? Let's see what happens on this offensive drive. We looked really good on our first offensive drive. Offense, for the most part, is not my concern. At least not all the time. Sometimes they are a little bit concerning, especially when Welliver is out there, because I just don't feel as confident with Welliver because I can't move around with him very much. I struggle. The way that I play, I struggle to not have a quarterback that is mobile, and Cameron Poe's dominating right now. When I don't have a mobile quarterback, I just feel like I can't do anything. So I need to have a quarterback that can at least move a little bit. He doesn't have to be unbelievably fast like Garnett is, but I just need him great juke move. I just need him to have a little bit of mobility, and Welliver just doesn't have that. So Welliver's career here at East Delaware might be one and done, at least in the starting role. If he transfers, it's not the end of the world. I really wish we would have had Theo Graves to be the replacement, because I would have started Theo Graves day 1 in Season 4. But that's not going to happen. I'm still going to talk about that. I might even schedule LSU. Well, I can't schedule. They're not going to start him as a true freshman. I wouldn't think, at least. If we find that they're going to start Theo Graves in season or in their first as a first-year starter as a freshman, then we'll play LSU. But I doubt that they will. So it wouldn't even really matter until we get a couple years further down the line where he's actually the starter. Devin Harper got injured. Thank God it's not Isaiah Morrow. We go up 16-6. It's a very weird 10-point game. And we will see what our defensive team comes out with this time. I hope it's something anywhere better than what we did last drive. Maybe it's a couple Jackson Howard sacks or something. No, it's going to be a screen pass to the receiver, and we just don't have anybody ready. Do we not have any awareness about what's going on? Because it seems like anytime a screen pass works, or anytime a screen pass is thrown, we just don't have anybody that's even... They're like, huh? There's a pass? What? Oh, we should probably run to it. It just feels like nobody's ever ready. I know that my defense could probably be better. My play calling could be better. They were not in the right spots, but you're good enough athletes, you should be able to be ready for it. Mississippi State just beat Ole Miss, by the way. That's kind of an upset because Mississippi State was not ranked. That's a sack. Is that Jarek Francis? No, it's not. It's Evan Thomas with the sack. Or not Evan Thomas, Ian Thomas. I keep thinking that Y is a V, the way that it's written, but it's a Y. It is Ian Thomas. The transfer gets the sack on the quarterback. That pushes them back to the 24-yard line. It's 3rd and 21 for Cal as they reach the 2-minute. It's a design quarterback run from this distance? Strange play call. You go design quarterback run from the 24 with Jace Stuckey? I thought my play calling was bad. That's a choice. Cameron Poe, solid enough punt return. Minute 14 to go. I should probably take the chew clock off so I don't run myself out of the half here. And speaking of run, we might as well call one here to start the drive. Our run game has been really, really good. It's our focal point of our offense. Although they don't let me do anything on first down. Okay. I understand. I see how it is. Let me hit Bryce Kane there. He's got a lot of yards to go. Bryce Kane. Huge play. Good job, Bryce. And now we will go with a little backs cross and try to hit Javon Lakes out of the backfield here. Nope, not hit Javon Lakes. We're going to hit Tyson Collins, get a good block, and Tyson Collins has got a first down. Good job. The big meatball. The big bowling ball, Tyson Collins. What's open? What's open? What's open? Oh, Welliver, I gotta scramble with you, Welliver. Good Lord, you're slow. He got the first down somehow. Man, I wish that was, if that was Garnett, that's a touchdown every day of the week. But Welliver was the one in. Man, I wanted that to be a touchdown. Javon Lakes catches it, goes down. We'll call a timeout. I just had to get that away. That was a little too close for comfort there. We've done a good job to get this down to field goal range, if anything. But I'd really like a touchdown. Javon Lakes, not going to get it there. We're going to call no huddle here. Maybe a little screen pass? That seems a little crazy at this distance, but I'm going to call it anyway. See if maybe they think it's crazy enough to not cover. Get the screen out. Good Lord. Javon Lakes, walk in, touchdown. Okay. Okay. Things are churning. The good vibes are vibing. 23-6. Still a very weird score with that 2-point that we got from Jeremiah Wolf returning the blocked extra point. 10 seconds to go. They just kneel it down. What are they going to do here? They are going to call a play. All right, let's get ready to go. I'm going to use Jarek Francis, see if we can disrupt this play. It's going to be a handout to the running back. He's going to obliterate my initial guy. I think that might have been Owen Chambliss. That was a little embarrassing. Whoever was the first to meet him there, it could have been Riley Pettijohn, I'm not sure. Whoever was the first to meet him got absolutely babied. Just pushed away like they didn't even matter. Deep ball, sideline, intercepted by Peyton Morgan. Of course, this man wants to pad his stats. He has done nothing all year except for get cooked in coverage. And now he's going to pad his stats with an interception late in the game or late in the half. I see how you work, Peyton. I see how you work. Baylor beat UCF. They killed them. So they're probably going to be playing in the Big 12 championship. Maybe against TCU. Who knows? All right, back on defense. First drive of the second half. Let's get this bread, brother. Jackson Howard trying to rush the quarterback. He's going to get out in the space. He's got nobody there. This is so much room. Oh, my God. We had nobody. Nobody in the area. We were in different zip codes. That's how far away we were from this quarterback. That is unacceptable. I mean, I know we weren't expecting him to run, but we at least got to have somebody in the vicinity. Devastating run there. just a back-breaking run so early into the drive. And now they're just getting... We can't handle screen passes. I hope that none of the teams in the College Football Playoff are watching this film, because if they just call any screen passes, we're going to get lit up and down the field. It's just going to happen. We cannot cover screen passes by any team. It doesn't matter who it is. Howard is getting blocked. I can't get off the block. It's going to end up being a sack. Is that Dominic Kirks? It absolutely is. Dominic Kirks comes in with a sack on the quarterback, pushes him back to the 46, 2nd and 20, because Jackson Howard's getting double teamed and I could not do anything. Hand out to the running back. Kirks again blows it up. Their field goal kicker cannot kick from this far. They need to get a few extra yards, I'd say. Maybe the other side of the 50, I would hope. That's going to be a little check down, brought down, 4th and 12. Punt me that ball back, baby. Punt me that effing ball back. And you love to see it. Delaware losing to UConn 7-3. It's a beautiful sight. That is going to be... We got to down that, don't we? Oh my God! That might have been the greatest punt I've ever seen in my life. I just got bodied by a CPU punter. Sweet Jesus. That was the greatest punt of all time. It literally died. How do you even get that to happen? And now I can't get any sort of room to run. I have ran twice and can't get any sort of space. And I've called the wrong offense, or the wrong set to be in from the 1 yard line. Don't run out of the back of the end zone, loser. Kenyon Garnett's going to get the first down. See, just having a guy like that is game-changing. He's so fast. I love him. I love Kenyon Garnett so much. Oh, they were ready for that run, but Poe makes a man miss. And Cameron Poe gets to the 22. Good job, KP, the Dragon Warrior. That man is lined up offside, so we'll get a free play here. And a first down. Because it'll be within 5 yards. So thank you, number 21, for lining up offside. I don't know what you were doing there. I appreciate that, but I will take the free first down. Let's see if maybe Bryce Cain's going to be the man here. Probably, right? I would assume Bryce Cain's going to be the option. Not really, actually. Nobody's really even open. I'm just going to take off and scramble. I got a lot of room. One man to beat down the field. Juke move. Juke move. Okay, Kenyon. Okay. I see how you work. You dog. That was just the freest yards I could ever have, so got to take him when I got him. And look at Cameron Poe, the blocking down the field. Cameron Poe, the Dragon Warrior, to the 10. And we are almost done with the third quarter. We're going to bring Rashad English in on a jet sweep. See if we can get around the corner here. Jet sweep, corner, not going to happen. He's going to get brought down. He got 2 yards on it somehow. But that should be the end of the quarter. I'm not going to snap this. So we will go to the fourth quarter up 23-6, knocking on the door to score again. There's a world where we can blow out Cal. We are currently number 8 in the top 25. Pittsburgh, funny enough, is ahead of us, even though we have their one loss in the conference is against us, and yet they're ranked ahead of us somehow. But that doesn't mean anything for the conference championship, because we beat them. So, as long as we take care of business here and don't choke this away in the final 6 minutes, we should have an appearance against Louisville waiting for us in the ACC Conference Championship. As Javon Lakes punches in a touchdown, we will lead 30-6. This is the type of game that I've been asking for, and this is the type of game we should have had against Temple and against SMU. Where was this the past couple games? None of those teams were better than Cal, and yet we struggled mightily against both of them. Thank God we came away with wins there. I would have been absolutely devastated. The season would have been over if we would have lost to Temple, let alone losing to SMU as well. If we would have suffered that loss to Temple, man, season would have been over. We probably would not have gotten Forrest Tatum. I mean, it would have just been devastating. Get to the quarterback, please. Please. How did I dive and not get him? I thought when I dove, it locks onto the quarterback. How do you dive right next to him? I was literally pointing the analog stick at the quarterback to dive and register a sack on him. It didn't even work. That is going to be another punt, possibly. Are they going to put that away? Or are they going to go for it? They're going to go for it. I think that's the right call, obviously. You should go for it down 30-6 in the fourth quarter, but I wasn't sure what the CPU would do. And what the CPU is going to do is throw a horrible pass. Maybe you should have punted it, because I don't know what you were thinking about there. And they give us the football back with 5:23 to go in the game. Hand off to Javon Lakes. He's actually going to get brought down immediately. Luke Farrelly. Another white boy linebacker. Thinks he's Luke Kuechly. Hand off, Cameron Poe. Gets those yards back. 10 for 73. He's so good. He's so very, very good. Third down, delayed handoff, but it's a handoff to Javon Lakes. 4th and inches. They want me to kick a field goal here. I simply can't do that. I can't kick a field goal against Cal. I need to show my dominance. My dominance is showing, and I need it to show against the universe that I am better than Cal. So I'm taking this opportunity to kill them. Jet sweep, good block. English, I needed Bryce Cain to hold that block just a second longer so I could cut back inside. It's okay, though. We get up to the 4. We do just fine. Handoff, Lakes in, touchdown easily. Javon Lakes gives it 5 big booms, and we are blowing out California. Every time I think of, or I say California, I think of the song. 37-6. This is the type of game that I needed. This is the type of game that my team needed. The confidence needed to build headed into the postseason, the conference championship, and then hopefully a playoff appearance. We had a playoff appearance last year. Who did we play? Texas? Did we play Texas last year and get beat in the first round? I think that's what happened. No, I think we won our first round matchup. Did we not? I can't remember exactly. I know we had a playoff matchup last season, but I can't remember if we won it or not. I know we lost, obviously, because we didn't win the national championship, but I can't remember if that was a home playoff game or not a road playoff game, or did we play against Oregon? Was that who it was against? I feel like it was against Oregon, and we had to go to Eugene. Yeah. Okay, so we played against Oregon and had to go to Eugene, and I think it was like we lost in overtime or something. Something like that. That sounds familiar. I could be completely making it up, but that does sound a little bit familiar. I'd really love for Cal not to score here. That'd be kind of annoying if they did. It's not going to hurt like the blowout, but it just would look better if it was 37-6 on the score sheet, not 37-13 or 14 if they went for 2. Oh, what a run. Jeremiah Wolf can't even get the hit sticks. Hit sticks don't do anything. Stop it. Hit sticks suck. I hate them. If they're going to be in the game, have them actually do something. They're not going to snap this for the 2 minute. 37-6 is where we will have after the 2 minute after we come back from the 2 minute. I could really use another Jackson Howard big play, preferably a sack. USC is on upset alert, by the way. They're losing 20-14 to UCLA, so that is kind of an insane scoreline. And that is going to be a touchdown. Will Cal go for 2? No, they'll just make it 13. Okay. I wasn't sure if they try to get their point back from the blocked one earlier. 37-13. Well, so you're going to go for an onside? Really? You think you have a chance in this game? Even if you would have got it back, you probably don't have a chance in this game. But since you wanted to score, you give me free reign to have that same ability. I'm not going to take it easy on you. So if we were able to score here, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to hold my guys back from scoring just because of sportsmanship. Screw sportsmanship. Cameron Poe, good play. Down the field. We are now under 50 seconds to go in the game. Lakes is back in, and he's going to have another solid run. We're going to call hurry up here to negate the acceleration on the clock. Bryce Kane, one-on-one. If he wins immediately, it's a touchdown. He did not win immediately, unfortunately. It's a holding call. Just throw it away. Brutal. I hate holding calls, bro. They are the bane of my existence. It's Malachi Breland, the senior, getting called for a hold. You should be better than that, dog. Cameron Poe trying to find some room. You know what? Just let it be 37-13. I don't care. I'm just happy with the win, man. I'm just happy with the win. We will clinch a spot in the ACC Conference Championship against Louisville. Next episode, we have a chance to win the conference for the first time in our first year, which is pretty sick. Some good amount of XP. Hopefully that visit has been good enough to secure a commitment from some other people. Larry Stumpf, we pass Louisville, and we get the 4-star corner. We also get Alani Coleman, 4-star wide receiver, but crucially, no 5-star wide receiver. Roderick Hicks did not commit. He's the one we're battling with Iowa for. The other one is Notre Dame, and wow, it's going to be Pitt. I thought Louisville guaranteed it. What happened? I thought Louisville had clinched. We end up being the #1 team in the conference. Wow, I could have swore that Louisville had clinched their clinched their spot, but they lost to North Carolina in Week 12, which we knew about because we saw that they had a loss. We didn't know they lost to North Carolina. Then they beat Kentucky in their rivalry game, but that one slip up against North Carolina, they don't even play Pitt. They didn't play Pitt this year. And Pitt jumps them? Obviously, their one loss is to us. They just beat SMU. Wow, that's crazy. I thought that Louisville, regardless of what happened with the loss that they suffered, I thought that they had clinched a spot. I thought we were playing Louisville. We will have a rematch against Pitt. That's crazy. That's really, really crazy. Miami went 6-2, by the way, in the conference. They went 10-2 overall, but 6-2. I think the college football playoff is going to be loaded with ACC teams this year. That's kind of what it feels like. Because we've got Pitt right now as projected winner of the conference. We've got us. We've got Louisville. We've got Miami. That is 4 ACC schools in the conference or the college football playoff. That's kind of crazy. But obviously things will change because Pitt will probably get bumped out if we were to beat them. We'll obviously get bumped out if we lose. That's crazy. I thought Louisville had clinched. So we add some more recruitments. We lose out on Tommy Dragos. I knew that was going to happen. I probably should have taken the points off last week, but Larry Stumpf has been acquired. So welcome aboard. That's another 4-star corner. 2 4-star corners coming in, always nice. Then we get a wide receiver in Alani Coleman, who is probably pretty fast. I have no idea. We didn't scout him, so. But the recruiting class is starting to come together. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players, including 1 5-star. We did jump ahead on Iowa for Roderick Hicks, and we are still number 1 for Notre Dame, but this is a neck-and-neck battle that will go down to the final week of off-season recruiting. There's still a world where we end up with 2 5-stars. There's a world. We're still okay on Max Shea. We're going to get the punter. Teron Cross, that standard bearer one is helping, but Oklahoma State might still have an opportunity. We're going to have to work on him in off-season recruiting. Udo Kongbo, we did jump into lead for, but nobody's going after him. For good reason, he's not very good. But I would like to bring another quarterback to this team. Even maybe we go after one in the portal as well, but I'd like to bring another freshman quarterback. Benji is probably gone, even though we have 50 hours on him. I guess we could try a a hard sell, but it's still a little risky. We'll have to see how that plays out. We did sneak into the top 5 for Nasir Dean. This one's going to be a weird one. It's the last 5-star that we have a real long shot for. We'll see how that goes. Trey LeBourne, Nebraska's got a huge lead for him. We lost out on Spencer Parkey. That's not a bad thing. Barry Okine, I don't really even know if I should go after him. But I'll put 50 on him. We have the hours available, so we might as well. And then for Bryce Davis, we are leading, and he's the only one we're going after. Or we're the only one going after him, I should say. So we'll swap this to a 50, and we should be able to lock him down pretty easily. And without any sort of battle there. I can also switch to a full 50 on Trey LeBourne. All right, there we go. And I can also finish scouting him, see how good he is. He's got good route running. He's got gold cutter right out the gates. That could actually be pretty useful. Nasir Dean, I guess I can scout a little bit here, see how good he is. 91 strength. Platinum adrenaline's kind of cool. Okay, he's probably worth going after. Obviously, he's a 5-star. Usually they're worth going after. We don't really have to go after anybody else here. We're still battling for those guys. And obviously Theo Graves, so... Is there anybody else on this board that I should be concerned with? What kind of running back recruitments did we have? Did we lose out on everybody? We did lose out on everybody. Let's look at some recruitments for running backs. We might have to go hard in the portal. That's fullback. Running back. The top running backs are obviously all gone, but is there any 4-stars available? It seems like they've all locked us out. There is one. There's a 3-star, Brian Wiley. We've also got Tremaine Buggs, Quincy Ko. Who would I want? Brian Roach, 5'10", 173. Backfield threat, Eric Streeter. Okay, I'll put Eric Streeter on, and I'll put Brian Roach on. We could also use some tight ends, so I'll scout some tight ends. We also need some tackles and guards. Anthony Etienne's a JUCO, not interested. Pure blocker, not interested. Pure blocker, not interested. That's probably why I didn't have these guys on the board yet. Andre Cobbs is 6'3", 222. Physical route runner, I'll put him on there. And then we got pure blocker. I don't need pure blockers. I need guys that can go out there and catch passes for me. We may have to go into the portal and get a tight end. That's kind of the way it's looking. Losing out on Dragos is a little annoying because he could have been a good player for us. But I'll still put some extra tackles on this board because you never know what could happen. A well-rounded player is always nice. And then some extra guards. We're definitely going to have a good class, but I want our portal to be pretty good this year. I want us to have a good portal class. Defensive tackle. Probably not going to be able to get anybody too great, but there might be somebody. You've got Kamani Smith we'll add to the board, and then we got outside linebackers. What kind of outside linebackers are we working with here? Not too many good ones. All the good ones are already taken. We got Benji Busby and Edward Keenan. Okay. Then we just need to add a couple safeties and we'll be good to go, baby. Good to go. A box specialist. He's already got some offers. Basically, we got to look for guys that don't have any offers because that's the best way we can get into the race for them. And steal them away from whoever possibly could get them. All right, we filled our board back up. We got a lot of players on this board. Obviously, not all these guys are going to commit, mainly because we're going to have to free up space to get portal players on this board. So, if we have to take players off, we certainly will. But I will just, for the meantime, until early National Signing Day, I'll add some of these guys on here, see if maybe we can jump in, because a lot of these guys have no offers. So maybe there's a way we can get in and make this class look a little bit better than it already does, which it already looks pretty good. So we'll just go through, we'll offer scholarships to everybody. And most of these guys have no offers. Some of them have a couple. We might be able to get it on some of them. We'll see. But the class is already looking pretty good. The class is already looking pretty good. Let's advance to Conference Championship Week. Oh. We get locked out on a bunch of guys, including Lyle Ash chose Notre Dame. Why? Why did he choose Notre Dame? What could Notre Dame have done to get him to choose them? Wow. I can't believe we lost Lyle Ash. I mean, there's still a world where we get Roderick Hicks, but losing, we finally passed Missouri for Max Shea. Or no, we just kept our lead on Max Shea. What could Notre Dame have done? What could Notre Dame have done to get Lyle Ash to commit? We know that their pro potential is probably pretty good, which is what he's interested in. Although I can't see their pro potential. Where's their pro potential at? Oh, here it is. Although their pro potential is not amazing. They got a B+ right now. They're 24th. I'm going to keep him on the board. Because if Notre Dame ends up losing, he could decommit. Their pro potential could drop. I don't think it's going to happen, but I can't believe that we lost him. So I'm kind of shocked, honestly. I'm kind of shocked that we did lose him. We have a bunch of hours. Eric Streeter we can go in on. Actually, I should probably scout these guys before I go all in on them. What kind of speed are we working with for some of these players? A gem for Eric Streeter. 85 speed, 80 excel. Not too shabby. I will go all in on Eric Streeter. What about Brian Roach? What are we looking at with him? Not very good vision. That's a little concerning. Oh, he's not good at all. Okay, Brian Roach, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Roach. We do need a tight end, so I will just go after him without scouting him. We could use a tight end. What about Jeff Thierry? 81 speed, 6'5", 222, pure possession tight end. Not super enticing. Oh, come on, he Smith locked us out. I kind of liked him. I'm not super intrigued about him. I will toss some hours on some offensive linemen. Hopefully they're worth it. And then I will toss some hours on some safeties. Yeah, we're definitely have to go hard in the portal, that is for sure. We're going to have to go hard in the portal. The one thing we haven't really talked about this series is offensive and defensive coordinators. I think we added Vince Munch in last season, but I kind of want somebody else. I didn't really like the play calling that he gave me, so let me fire Vince Munch. And then John Kay. I don't really have a problem with John Kay. Although he only has... I didn't like our defense. You know what? I'm firing both of them. I didn't like our defense. I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. We have 20 skill points. I probably should just save those. We did get our contract extended. So if I go to coach contracts, we were 12-2. Yeah, we made the postseason, but we didn't win a game. So that's what it was. We made the playoffs, but we didn't win a game. But we've won the conference championship both years. We won the... Actually, no, we didn't. We won... That's the Armed Forces Bowl. And then we won the American that let us move to the ACC. Hopefully, we can win the ACC in the first year. That'd be pretty sick. But that's going to be the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more. Join the Juice Club. Thank you so much. Stop by and watch. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.